It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. Hit you with the no delay in my progress. All the time struggling, only further my conquest. Looking to the future, I wrote and printed the concept. Posted to the net, but that's just a piece of the mindset. Brand slow balling, I'm snowballing, get back to work. Got your favorite companies watching me, but they never chirp. Big names, all of my stories, I see them studying. I probably could have helped them, I guess they stuck in they stubbornness. This shit is jokes. Independent living, did it with the quotes. Been a hidden hand, sending lyrics, and it's been remote. From the home set up, these jokers, it's known beggars. You nothing without a squad. I'm fixing my phone settings, a lyricist, supremacist. The penmanship is limitless. I'm building businesses, aiming again since I've been in this. I'm 007, been cold since '07. How I do it? I was home alone, Kevin. Goal setting, but now my goal setting, commentating. They fixating. Light from the hand, the pins rating. Forget waiting. I hit record, then I hit record. If a nigga play me on the mic, then I choke him with the cord. Yeah, I'm sacrificing money here with every verse. Giving punchlines to these rappers when I said it first. Preaching to the choir, giving facts like we in the church. I'm just praying for the dead, start to reimburse. True prerogative, they blew the entire budget. They do it, Micah discussions. I'm zooming in higher uppers like Mr. Nolan. We should get this rolling. Tell me what you need, a check. Pause, semicolon. I'm tired of the games, fanning the flames. I'm making a change. You don't value what I'm bringing, then it's not an exchange. Only resolution I'm worried about is 4K. If you really want to party with me, then set up the play, bitch. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody is doing well out there this Saturday afternoon. In this video, we're going to be getting into, I hate to say it, but DJ Vlad and Joyner Lucas. Now, if you're not up to speed on why we would be talking about these two gentlemen, it's because DJ Vlad has decided to file a lawsuit against Joyner Lucas about a interview that never materialized. And I ain't gonna lie, when I first seen this, I said, what in the Camron is going on here? All right. Now, what we're not finna do is start suing people just because they don't want to come sit down on your platform. Now, with Camron, I was able to understand. You feel me? Cam and J. Cole, they had numerous conversations allegedly. They had some sort of, unfortunately, handshake agreement. They had some things in place. Camron had made good on his deliverables, right? He showed up and did an appearance on the off season that's traceable. It's still out there. He doubled back. J. Cole reached out to him again. He showed up on the Might Delete Later project, cleared the I'm Ready sample for him, and did a verse on the song. Right? So now that's two appearances on J. Cole. Apparently, they agreed to do a swap. In the industry, a swap is very standard practice. It's I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Not in those terms. But I get on your song, you get on my song. At the time, Camron was still rapping. He said, bruh, I'm going to need you to come do a feature for me on my project. You know, I don't want no money. Just do that. Eventually, Camron said, hey, bro, I'm not even tripping about the music. Just come on the podcast. J. Cole allegedly said he would, right? So there's some built up equity there. There's a built relationship there and an expectation. Now, with this situation with DJ Vlad and Joyner Lucas, to my knowledge, it's not the same type of situation. As a matter of fact, it's a very one-sided situation because Vlad basically reached out to Joyner Lucas over the course of a couple years, it looks like. And I'm going to get to all of the text, or at least the text that Joyner was willing to show for the people. And it was very one-sided. Sometimes he would reach out and not get a response at all. And eventually, it looks like Joyner's manager took over the conversation and was forwarding messages or relaying messages to Joyner about possibly going on Vlad TV, but it just never materialized. And eventually Vlad says, hey guys, I don't want to have to pursue this legally, which I don't understand what's legal or not, but we're going to get into all of that because they never signed a contract with you, so they didn't breach anything. But again, we'll get into all of that in just a moment. All right. Now, speaking of suing, There's a reason rappers can turn any story into a hit track. Just like there's a reason Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm with over 1,000 attorneys and more than 100 offices nationwide. If you've been seriously injured in an accident, your case could be worth millions. But the truth is, a lot of people either don't file at all or get taken advantage of by insurance companies. When you hire Morgan & Morgan, it's like hiring a legal army that has your back. If you're injured because of someone else's negligence, you deserve to be paid. No shortcuts, no lowball offers. In fact, they've secured some major verdicts in the past. For example, in Florida, they got a victim who was in a life-altering car crash, $12 million. 34 times the highest insurance offer. They got another victim in Philadelphia, $26 million. 40 times the highest insurance offer. Not all law firms are created equal. Morgan & Morgan is the biggest for a reason. They will fight for the biggest award possible and have won a lot. So if you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless you win. That's right, no upfront costs. They only get paid if you get paid. You can start your claim now by clicking the link in the description or by scanning the QR code on screen from your phone's camera. Again, if you find yourself injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Don't say I never told you nothing, man. Hey, man, be happy for your boy. That's all I'm going to say, all right? Some of y'all know we've been working towards these types of things for a minute. Be happy for your boy. Now, let's get into DJ Vlad's paperwork, shall we? So, this is filed with the United States District Court, Southern District of California. This is filed by Hot in Here Incorporated, which I believe is DJ Vlad's holding company that houses Vlad TV. Why he chose that name, I don't know. You would think Nelly would own that motherfucker, but no, this is DJ Vlad. Versus Gary Maurice Joyner Lucas Jr. Now, if you would have asked me if Joyner Lucas' name was really Joyner, I would have thought it was. I ain't gonna lie to you, I have no reason to. All right? I thought that nigga name was Joyner. Come to find out, Gary Maurice Lucas, all right? Ain't a join in that motherfucking name, all right? He just joined that bitch himself. But anyway, jurisdiction and venue, that's not necessarily all that relevant to the situation. This is happening in California. We know that, all right? Very short lawsuit, by the way, or complaint, I should say. Parties. Plaintiff Hot in Here Inc. is a New Jersey corporation, a principal place of business located in California, and its owner and CEO reside in California. Defendant Joyner Lucas is a Worcester, Massachusetts resident. Facts common to all counts. Hot in Here Inc. is primarily engaged in the radio broadcasting industry, focusing on new media content, which was created and owned by Vlad Bovny. Okay. Also known as DJ Vlad. Very, very easy there. Now, DJ Vlad is a DJ, allegedly, director, journalist, and interviewer. I'll definitely give you interviewer. He's also the chief executive owner of Plaintiff. Plaintiff owns Vlad TV, a world-leading provider of celebrity interviews and urban news. Plaintiff's YouTube channel at DJ Vlad features DJ Vlad's interviews of famous music artists and entertainers and has over 6 million subscribers. Hot in Here Inc.'s copyrighted material. Hot in Here Inc. Incorporated owns a copyrighted YouTube video titled Aries Spears Clowns British Rappers. That shit sounds ridiculous. Part 12. Oh, okay. I think I see where we're going here. The copyrighted video is 5 minutes and 42 seconds long. Between timestamps 104 to 113, Aries Spears can be seen imitating British rap. Okay? So Vlad and Aries Spears were having a conversation about British rap. Aries Spears, I have seen this clip actually circulating on social media where he says he can't get into UK rap. He then begins to mock their accent, right? Which is not all that uncommon. When we saw Joyner Lucas going back and forth with Skepta, there was a lot of that, right? So that's where we get into defendant's violation of Hot in Here Inc.'s copyright. Defendant operates and controls an X account located at Joyner Lucas to promote his brand and business. Defendant violated federal law by willfully infringing Hot in Here Inc.'s copyright by posting a video on July 6, 2025, the infringing post. The infringing post consisted of plaintiff's clip of Aries Spears imitating British rap but cuts off the part of the video where plaintiff's Vlad TV logo would be visible. The infringing post, which has now been taken down by X through a DMCA request, had been viewed at least 4.4 million times and had generated 655 comments, 2.8K retweets, 20K likes, and 3,000 bookmarks. All right. So Joyner Lucas proceeded to post the Aries Spears clip mocking the British rappers, right? While he was going back and forth with Skepta. So Vlad TV says, "Ha! You jumped. You went out there and used my copyrighted material from my channel, but you didn't actually want to play ball with me. So now I need my cut." We'll see how far this actually goes. I don't think Vlad's going to get a goddamn thing. Attached here too as Exhibit A and incorporated herein by reference are true and correct screenshots of the X account, including screenshots of the infringed video at issue in this lawsuit. Additionally, defendant induced, caused, or materially contributed to the reproduction, distribution, and public display of the copyrighted video and derivatives thereof, all while knowing or having reason to know the infringement on its accounts were without permission, consent, or license. By uploading the copyrighted video to the account, defendant encourages its fans and followers to share the video, thus causing others to also willfully infringe and multiplying the harm to plaintiff. Defendant operates and controls the X account at all times relevant to this dispute and financially benefits from the infringement of the copyrighted video displayed thereto. Plaintiff attempted to resolve this dispute with defendant prior to filing this lawsuit. After plaintiff made efforts to communicate with defendant and discuss a resolution in good faith, defendant directed his manager, Dhruv Joshi, to send plaintiff a text message containing explicatives attached hereto as Exhibit B. The parties' lawyers were subsequently unable to reach a resolution. Plaintiff therefore has no choice but to file this lawsuit. Now, as you can see here, this lawsuit does not consist of anything regarding an interview. All right? He's basically saying, Joyner infringed on my copyright by sharing a portion of my video on social media. And because he didn't do an interview with me, I want to be a little bitch. Plaintiff repeats, and that's just my opinion. Plaintiff repeats and realleges each of the allegations set forth in his complaint. Plaintiff is the owner of all right, title, and interest in the copyright of the copyrighted video that frames this dispute, which substantially consists of material wholly original and which is copyrightable subject matter under the laws of the United States. Plaintiff filed for copyright registration of the copyrighted video within 90 days of its first publication with the U.S. Copyright Office. Plaintiff filed and obtained from the U.S. Copyright Office a copyright registration for its copyrighted video, registration We Don't Care, titled Aries Spears on Diddy, Kodak Black, Jonathan Majors, Eddie Murphy, Chris Tucker, full interview, of which part 12 is a segment attached here too as Exhibit C. Oh Lord, it's me. Defendant has directly, vicariously, contributorily, and or by inducement willfully infringed plaintiff's copyright by reproducing, displaying, distributing, and utilizing the copyrighted video for purposes of trade in violation of 17 U.S.C. 501 et seq. All of the defendant's acts are and were performed without permission, license, or consent of plaintiff. Plaintiff has identified at least one instance of infringement by way of unlawful reproduction and display of the copyrighted video. As a result of the acts of defendant alleged herein, plaintiff has suffered substantial economic damage. Get the fuck out of here. Defendant has willfully infringed and unless enjoined will continue to infringe plaintiff's copyright by knowingly reproducing, displaying, distributing, and utilizing the copyrighted video by, among other things, virtue of defendant's encouragement of the infringement and financial benefit it receives from plaintiff's copyright. How the fuck is he going to continue to infringe it when you issued a DMCA takedown and you said that it has since been deleted? Now, Vlad, I don't watch your shit, but I've seen some of your shit, right? And I've seen numerous videos in which Vlad talks about him talking to his lawyers and his Jewish lawyers, and yeah, I got money stashed away specially for different occasions if I get sued or lawsuits and all of this different type of stuff. And you mean to tell me you put all this money to the side and none of your lawyers said, hey dog, this is a load of shit. This is meritless. Because how the hell am I infringing on something that you've already informed me that I'm infringing and taking down? The above documented infringement alone would entitle plaintiff to a potential award of up to $150,000 in statutory damages for the at least infringed video, in addition to its attorney's fees. So at minimum, DJ Vlad want $150, as they call it. You gonna fuck around and get $150. You keep playing, but that's just my opinion. Prayer for relief. Wherefore, plaintiff prays for judgment against defendant as follows: that the defendant and his officers, agents, servants, employees, and representatives, and all persons in active concert or participation with them be permanently enjoined from copying, reproducing, displaying, promoting, advertising, distributing, or selling, or any form of dealing or transaction in the copyrighted video. What purpose does Joyner Lucas and his team have to this copyrighted video any longer? The battle is over. It was not all that entertaining. It was a waste of our motherfucking time. So you're not going to get shit out of this, Vlad, but happy filings, nigga. 2, that an accounting be made for all profits, income, receipts, or other benefit derived by defendant by the unlawful reproduction, copying, display, promotion, distribution, or sale of products and services or other media, either now known or hereafter devised, that improperly or unlawfully infringes upon plaintiff's copyright pursuant to 17 U.S.C. 504A1 and B. For actual damages and disgorgement of all profits derived. What profits do you believe that Joyner Lucas derived from posting your little 8-second clip, dog? What you think you got, about $1,500 off of goddamn X? He got 4 million views. That shit don't equal nothing on X, bruh. What, you want him to buy you some Balenciaga shoes and a fucking outfit? Come on, dog. Just doing this to be a thorn in a nigga's side. But okay, this why people don't like you. This why people try to bar your ass from the culture. With statutory damages for copyright infringement, including willful infringement in accordance with 17 U.S.C. 504A2 and C, for reasonable attorney's fees incurred herein pursuant to 17 U.S.C. 505, for costs and interest pursuant to 17 U.S.C. 504A1 and B, 17 U.S.C. 505. Okay, and as you can see, this was freshly filed on November 4th. So these are Vlad's exhibits, okay? Joyner Lucas at Skepta, literally a 5-second video. You would have thought Joyner Lucas actually used this audio clip on one of his diss records to Skepta, but no, he just reshared a 5-second clip, which I would believe was already circulating on social media, and he just decided to repost it, but you know, whatever. Exhibit B. Okay, so here we get into the text messages. Okay, so we have I'm gonna pass it forward and let you know, but basically you want to do an interview. Okay, so this is Joyner's manager having a conversation with Vlad. He says, and when you trying to do this interview, right? Vlad says, I'm willing to forego asking a legal copyright claim for my content being used in exchange for an interview. All right? So this is when shit went bad. We can do it in our Van Nuys studio any day next week except for Tuesday. I will want to speak to him ahead of time so I know he's not going to do it with a negative attitude. So at this point, Vlad has already issued his threat to go legal, but he didn't include that in his own filing. Joyner actually shared the lead up conversation up to this, right? But here is Joyner's response that he sent to his manager to send to Vlad. So he says, screenshot it. Here's what I want to tell you, Mr. Vlad, for me. Dear Vlad, S my D, call your attorney and do whatever you have to do. I wasn't ever doing an interview with you before in this lifetime, and you're deaf not getting an interview now. So settle your legal matters however you want to settle them, pussy. I always thought you was a bitch. And this just confirms the kind of bitch you are. He see the bitch in you like common, and it's so common. No way in this lifetime or the next will I ever allow someone like you to extort me out of an interview. You got me all the way fucked up. Send that to him, please. I guess I'll see you next lifetime. Lord, what am I supposed to do when I want you in my world, want you in my world? Apparently, you fucking Sue. He says, cool. Interview offer is off the table. He never wanted that shit to begin with, stupid. I would call you what he called you, but you might sue me. Exhibit C. Y'all don't need to see all that. All right? Now, now Joyner showed us a little bit more detail of these conversations leading up to where things got volatile. So Joyner Lucas comes to the people and he says, when you get sued because you ain't want to do an interview, SMH, lame nigga, been stalking me for years, all caps, to go on his weak ass channel. And when he finally realized I won't sit down with his bitch ass because I hate everything about him, he decides he gonna try to extort me out of one instead. SMH at DJ Vlad, you gotta be the bitchest of all bitch niggas alive. You wanted clout so bad, so here's your clout, clown hoe. So then he posts this. This is a screenshot, I believe, from allhiphop.com where they covered this. They say exclusive. DJ Vlad sues Joyner Lucas over social media clip and failed interview request. Now, this is the part that we've already seen where Vlad extended his final offer, right? And at this point, when he extended this final offer, he had already informed Joyner and his team that, hey, I see you shared my video on social media. I don't want to go the legal route. So the final recourse that you have is to conduct an interview with me to make this all square. Basically, he said, do an interview with me and I can make the lawsuit go away. Joyner said, literally, somebody. So then Vlad says, interview offer is out. I don't want you to come to my studio anymore. Okay. So this, I believe, is Vlad's demand letter. Okay. This was sent out July 30th in the midst of him going back and forth with Skepta. This says your copyright infringement entitles DJ Vlad to his actual damages, costs, attorney fees, and or statutory damages up to $150,000 per infringed copyright under U.S. Code 17504. As such, DJ Vlad demands that you agree to the following by no later than August 11th. And you must do all of these 4 requests. Immediately cease all use of DJ Vlad's copyrighted materials, although he wasn't using nothing else. Take down the second infringing post from your X page and any affiliated materials that use DJ Vlad's copyrighted materials. Pay DJ Vlad for the damages he has suffered in an amount to be determined. And 4, sign an agreement reflecting the above. So basically, pay me $150,000, sit down for an interview with me, or I will go to the courts. Boy, you must got motherfucking, what's that nigga name, Tony? Hell no. They say if you agree to the above by the date specified, DJ Vlad will release you for your past conduct. Past conduct. We will release you from your past conduct. Bitch, you think you my mama, my daddy, or somebody otherwise like that, man? And refrain from pursuing the matter further. He said, we'll release you from your past conduct like he had handcuffs to put on his ad, didn't it? If we do not hear from you, we will have no choice but to advise DJ Vlad to proceed with all other legal avenues to protect his rights. This letter is written without prejudice to any other claims or defenses DJ Vlad may have, all of which are hereby expressly reserved. I look forward to your timely response. In the meantime, please feel free to contact me if you have any questions. Now, here's how far back the dates go of DJ Vlad requesting an interview. The first one came September 1st, 2018, dog. He says, interested in interviewing you for Vlad TV. You killed it in Kamikaze, by the way. So this is fresh off of Joyner Lucas collaborating with Eminem, right? May 15th, 2020, about a year and a half later, come through for an interview. It'll be legendary. He never even got a response. He tried it again, which, hey, you got to be persistent. No shame in your game. Comes back. Whoa. So you went May 15th, 2020, and you came back the next day. Interested in interviewing Joyner for Vlad TV. You must have reached out to Joyner first, and then the second one on day 2 must have been the manager. Had to be. Come on. Finally, they made their way to the text. It's getting a little serious. December 13th, we don't see what year. December 13th, excuse me. Following up about Joyner again will be a good time with the Will Smith single. Okay, so remember, Joyner had that Will record that popped off, and he had the Will Smith verse on it. Followed up again a couple days later. Following up again. They say, what's good, bro? He's dropping album top of the year. Let's revisit then. Okay, about a month later, following up about the interview again, you said to hit about this time. No response. He follows back up in June. Good to finally meet both of you. Let's lock in the interview. That was the 21st, the 23rd. Joyner's manager says, you too, we'll keep in touch. He's trying to be professional. Vlad says, how can we lock in the interview? I guarantee it will be his most watched interview ever. His manager says, I'm sure it will. Just right timing. Vlad says, when were you thinking? He says, not sure. We'll let you know. At that point, fuck you niggas. But, Vlad, he does it. He does it. He's a clout machine, man. This is why he has so many interviews on his platform, because he's going to go get it. I can't be mad at it. I just know hey, once you put me off 2 times, I see you next year, maybe. Call me ASAP, please. Want to settle a legal matter with Joyner before we take it to court. Was this all this year? Because Joyner just released an album this year. Seems like it, because we don't have a specific date here. Call me ASAP, please, he says. Give me 5 minutes, I'll call you back. Okay, let me know by 10 a.m. tomorrow what you decide to do. Yep, this is all this year. If I don't hear back, I'll assume you want to go the legal route. So he's been trying to get this interview done for 7 years. Manager says, all right, I'm going to pass it forward and let you know. Right? And this is where we started. 7 years of trying to hunt down an interview. Joyner used a 5-second clip from one of his other interviews. Vlad says, oh, hell no. You're not finna be out here using my videos and you don't want to come do a video with me. I need my cut. Now, again, I don't think Vlad's going to get no 150. I don't think he's going to get too much of shit because he requested for it to be taken down, and taken down it was. All right? I could see if you gave him a warning, because that's what the DMCA takedown is. Like, I give you a warning. It's like a cease and desist. But really, that would also follow. At that point, you can follow the request, or they could have said somebody back in, and he could have escalated it further. But then he would have had a track record of, I reached out on this occasion, I asked you to take it down. I reached out on this occasion, I sent this over, or cease and desist. I sent this over. Now he has a paper trail of the legal request. But nonetheless, I still don't see Vlad winning this. This is just him being an asshole and trying to get over. You know what I'm saying? So let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become an insider. I will catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good out there, man. Peace. Yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking, the drama be piling on. Father and great son acknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts, every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I'll turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I ran for filth. The sympathy calls, consulting for the stacks I built. I had to